Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, gather round. It's time for a public service announcement that I never thought would be necessary to make because I didn't believe anybody in the equestrian industry could be quite so bloody stupid. Okay? And this TED Talk is about equine assisted therapy. Now, you get psychotherapy, you get remedial educational therapy, occupational, speech, flippin' physiotherapy, all with the assistance of horses. However, these are still therapies. These are medical treatments that somebody is requiring. Therefore, to offer these services, you need to have a degree in the therapy that you are giving from a university, like medical. It is a medical treatment. Okay. Now, you also need to either have a very serious background in education and qualification in horse mastership and coaching for the simple reason of the welfare of the horse, as well as the safety of everybody concerned. You know, if you do not have one, the other, both, well, if you don't have, now, if you do not possess both of these qualifications and knowledge and prior learning and skills, you can't offer it, not on your own. There is, however, a workaround to this, like the way I run my program. I'm the equine specialist. I have a psychologist. I have a this. I have a that. They assess the person, or I work with the therapist they're currently working with. We then modify what we're doing to incorporate the horses. Assessments are done on a regular basis by the therapists on the milder, less extreme cases. And for those things like the psychotherapy and that, the therapist is there for every single interaction. I deal with the horse and what the horse is saying. They deal with the human. Okay? These are the only two options that you have. You cannot go and do a 40-hour course online and think that you are now accredited and capable of operating with impunity and within the legal laws and regulations of any country with that qualification. You cannot go and just randomly call yourself an equine therapist. You can offer equine wellness interactions and holistic things with horses to help people center. I mean, God's sakes, they do goat yoga and puppy yoga and stuff. Same principle. Okay. But that does not mean you are an equine therapist. Now, be very, very sure that you understand this. If you were to go to a hospital and have a physio, a psychiatrist, whatever, with 40 hours of training, you wouldn't go near them. Why not? Because of the amount of damage and harm that can be done to you or the person seeking the therapy. Okay? Anybody who is in that hospital and is billing themselves as that and hasn't got an actual degree from a university and the medical training and who build themselves as having it would be up for fraud. It would be lawsuits fucking deluxe. So please do not set yourself up for this. Please do not do harm. Okay? Now, yes, you can go and get PATH accredited and everything else, and that is fantastic. But they do not bill you as an equine therapist. They bill you as like an equine assisted wellness, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Okay? So can we please not be stupid? These things that you see online, they are nonsense. When they tell you that they're accredited with this body, that body, blah, blah, blah. Hell, I had one on Facebook. I went down the rabbit hole of that comment section. But here's the fun thing. I even went and checked their registration and their accreditation and as a service provider and as a qualifier and everything else with everybody that they reckoned makes this course, an accredited equine therapy course, and they're not even registered with any of them. One of them is actually an accountancy financial board. So what the fuck? There's that. And here's the thing. It is so dangerous. Do you know the harm you can do? I mean, those of you that know me know that I quit horses for a while. I didn't even go near the yard because of the shit that I've heard in that therapy ring. And what the scars it left behind. You think 40 hours gives you the right to go and offer somebody psychological help for that? I'm just a fucking equine specialist. I just sit there and go whether the horse is like lying or not, and this is how we use it to teach boundaries and kind of things like that. But I have to listen to it. Do you know the damage you can do? Please, guys, let's have some brains. Let's do this properly. Let's not have another point of our industry where they're making us like fools out of us. And we look like we don't know what we're doing and we don't actually do things properly. And I know they are ripping the arse out of our industry, and I know that the unscrupulous are doing it. And I know that they think it's clever. It's not. Let's make a stand, and let's make sure that we educate ourselves, our clients, and anybody else that's around. Thank you for attending my TED Talk.